We're tracking the situation in South Carolina as the state deals with historic flooding. You'll hear from a Lexington woman stranded because of the high water.
EKU is offering $10,000 to help them figure out who left a threatening message in a bathroom overnight.
UK is getting ready for next week's Thursday night game. We'll show you the plan to free up parking on campus.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Police continue to investigate a deadly crash in Madison County.
It happened on Berea Road near the Richmond Kroger about 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're told it appears a woman walked into the path of a vehicle as it pulled out of the Kroger. That woman was hit and killed. We have a news crew on the way to the scene, and we'll bring you more information as we get it in the later newscast coming up. People in South Carolina continue to deal with some of the worst floods in state history.
At least 9 people have died, and there is concern the number will rise. 1,300 National Guardsmen have been activated to help residents there. David Begnaud is tracking the situation in our top story at 5.
Floodwaters are receding in Columbia, South Carolina, now leaving behind massive damage. A giant sinkhole practically swallowed this tax office, while raging waters ripped apart several other businesses.
The community is strong and things will be rebuilt, but it's going to take a long time.
Military choppers are flying, assessing the destruction and looking for people who may still need help. Over the weekend, crews rescued hundreds of victims from fast-moving floodwaters. The governor is urging residents in hard-hit areas to stay indoors.
This is not over. Just because the rain stops does not mean that we are out of the woods.
The rain and floods have left more than 40,000 people without drinking water. The state is setting up water distribution sites until the taps are flowing again with clean water. David Begnaud, CBS News, Columbia, South Carolina.
The 16.6 inches of rain that fell on the Gills Creek area near Columbia on Sunday is now the rainiest day on record in one single spot in the U.S. in more than 16 years. A Lexington woman's quick trip to visit family has been extended because of the flooding in South Carolina. The Fayette County Public Schools employee is stranded in her hometown by high water. WKYT's Mike Linden talked to her about what it's going to take to get back to Kentucky.
South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is calling it a 1,000-year level of rain. And for one Lexington woman visiting family near Charleston, she got a lot more than just a short trip home. Tammy Lane of Lexington works for Fayette County Public Schools, but has been visiting family in South Carolina since last week. Following historic flooding across the state, her trip home has been delayed. Lexington Red Cross officials say 2 members of the disaster relief team from Kentucky are on the way to South Carolina to aid in disaster relief. Governor Nikki Haley says 9 people have died as a result of the flash flooding. For Tammy Lane, she planned to be back at work today, but due to Mother Nature, she's stuck for the time being.
At first it was a matter of not wanting to drive back in the sheeting rain, but then now it's a matter of small roads and bridges being washed out, and even the interstates around Columbia.
To clarify what a 1,000-year flood means, it doesn't mean rain like this comes every 1,000 years, but rather there is a 1 in 1,000 chance of it occurring at any time. For Tammy Lane, no one in her family was hurt, but she says once the water recedes, she expects a few days' worth of cleanup to get back to normal. In the newsroom, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Lane says normally it takes about 10 hours to drive back to Lexington, but because of impassable roads, it could take days.
Eastern Kentucky University is offering a $10,000 reward to help figure out who is behind some threatening graffiti. Someone found the note inside a men's bathroom on campus last night. And as WKYT's Sean Moody shows us, the discovery has made many students uneasy.
EKU police are hoping that a big reward will help speed up the case. The university is offering $10,000 and the investigation is getting some federal help.
EKU police say someone found the graffiti in a men's bathroom in the Powell building late last night. It says in part, quote, "kill all by 10/8/15," end quote. Ashley and Whitney McCowan said it made them uneasy.
It was a little scary at first.
especially since it's only been a few days since 9 people were killed at a community college in Oregon.
I feel like I wouldn't have been as scared if the shooting didn't happen and I didn't know about the shooting, but it is a little scarier knowing that that just happened.
Her sister Whitney said it was concerning, but she doesn't feel like she's in danger.
Most of the time I do feel safe on this campus. There's a lot of security systems and places we can go for help if we need it.
EKU's offered a $10,000 reward for information leading to a conviction. They said the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force is helping out with the case. Students aren't sure whether or not the threat is serious.
I don't think anyone who's going to shoot up a school is going to post it on the bathroom wall.
But they'll be careful just the same.
And there's that little voice inside your head that's saying maybe they are actually going to do something.
Even if it is just a prank, they say it shouldn't have happened.
This is a great school. I mean, they can take that somewhere else. I mean, we didn't do anything to them, obviously. Maybe this is like a personal matter between them and someone else, but, you know, they don't really need to take it out on everybody else.
In Richmond, Sean Moody, WKYT.
EKU officials say they're looking into possible changes to on-campus events during the next few days. The University of Kentucky will play a rare Thursday night game next week at Commonwealth Stadium.
And in order for the campus to accommodate thousands of fans, many students and staff will have to park somewhere else. WKYT's Mark Barber shows us the changes.
The national spotlight will be here on Commonwealth Stadium next Thursday when UK takes on Auburn on ESPN's Game Day. We are still more than 10 days away, and already campus and city leaders are warning thousands of students and employees who park nearby that their parking schedules will be disrupted. This is Commonwealth Stadium. Students and employees who park in any of the colored lots beside it will have to start parking off campus as early as next Wednesday. Commuter students who park here are being asked to park at Southland Christian Church on Richmond Road on Thursday. Residential students will have to park at Whitaker Ballpark. Free shuttles will run students to campus every 10 minutes. Getting to this point has been a long process for city and campus leaders. They've been working on their traffic plans for more than a year. They say while the parking and transportation issues can be a headache, it is a unique opportunity for the school because UK has not played a Thursday night football game since 1939. Some students who park here have mixed emotions.
I do think it's very hard for students to get here, but go Cats.
There are a lot of changes coming, and UK leaders say they are here to help. They tell me that they're setting up a phone line next Wednesday that will be open from noon until 8 p.m. that anyone who has questions about parking or transportation can call. We have that number posted on our website, WKYT.com. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
And again, just to help you out, we have information on all those changes and links to all those affected parking areas. Just go to WKYT.com to check it out. The search for an escaped inmate or Kentucky inmate is over. Indianapolis police say John Foster IV shot himself outside a school after a chase this morning. Foster escaped from the Oldham County Jail while on work detail last month. The incident caused a lockdown for several Indianapolis schools.
He just happened to get onto school property. Absolutely none of these students or any of the school property was harmed.
Foster is in critical condition at an Indianapolis hospital. Police say he had been spotted around the city several times over the last few weeks driving an SUV he had stolen after his escape.
The U.S. Justice Department is weighing in on a lawsuit over children being handcuffed at school. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Kenton County, where the ACLU is suing the sheriff's office and Deputy Kevin Sumner, claiming Sumner handcuffed 2 children. Both have been diagnosed with ADHD and other disabilities. And the Justice Department says the Americans with Disabilities Act applies to school resource officers. It also says school policy should keep from creating a school-to-prison pipeline by criminalizing misbehavior. Police have charged a man accused of stabbing his father during an argument. 19-year-old Adam Harris is charged with assault in the case out of Adair County. State police say Harris stabbed his father Michael twice. Michael Harris went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Here's a look at the most viewed stories on our website right now. People want to know more about threatening graffiti found at EKU, a crash on the Hal Rogers Parkway, and a man hit and killed while trying to change his tire on the side of a highway. You can find those stories and more on WKYT.com. The U.S. Coast Guard is searching for survivors after a cargo ship sank.
That ship went down near the Bahamas during Hurricane Joaquin. Crews have found one of 2 lifeboats, but it had no people or signs of life. They also found several survivor suits floating around. One of them had a body inside it.
We did identify human remains in one of the survival suits. We lowered a rescue swimmer to confirm that the person was deceased, and it was basically unidentifiable.
The ship's owner says it carried more than enough lifeboats and rafts for the crew. The U.S. government faces serious questions after a U.S. airstrike hit a hospital in Afghanistan. The strike killed 22 people over the weekend. The U.S. says Afghan forces called in the strike while the Afghan government claims Taliban fighters were inside and shooting from the hospital. Doctors Without Borders, which runs the hospital, says the Afghan government isn't telling the truth.
The comments coming from the Afghan government are absolutely outrageous. I mean, they are, to an extent, justifying the destruction of a fully functioning hospital.
The Pentagon is investigating exactly what happened.
The Food and Drug Administration is ordering studies on the safety of specialized medical scopes. The FDA wants the manufacturers to study how the devices are cleaned. The order follows a series of life-threatening bacterial outbreaks linked to the scopes. They are typically threaded down the throat and stomach to diagnose and treat conditions in the digestive tract. A Central Kentucky car dealership is helping parents protect their children. Operation Kid Safe is taking place this week at Chrysler on Nicholasville. You can have digital pictures and fingerprints taken of your children free of charge. You then keep the information to give to police in the event that your child disappears.
This will, allow them to have something on hand, just like a fire escape route that they plan with their family. This is just something else to help them, have a little bit of peace of mind when it comes to their children.
Operation Kid Safe began today. It wraps up on Saturday with a family fun event from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Chrysler of Lawrenceburg is also taking part.